So this is my audience. Gonna get you to the video. So I am doing my speech over communication between male and female and the differences that come with it. So this topic has been a topic of study for a long time now, almost as long as communication in itself has been studied. See, the differences in the way that males and females interact with each other differentiates and due to many different reasons that I'm going to go through in this speech. So like I was saying, male and female interaction, it's a really interesting subject and it's been that way for a long time, but in the studying and discussing, we have to be sure not to stereotype and assume that all interactions are going to go a certain way just because standard male and female expectations. You see, there are some females that have some male traits. Some females that have traits that might be attributed to males or the male style, and there are times when it's necessary to have that male style, and the same for men. There are some men that have slightly higher female characteristics. This is just kind of the standard general norm that the studies have been done over that my speech is going to be over. So I'm going to start off by saying why talk? Why do men and women talk? See, according to SiteCentral.com, men typically believe that communication should have a clear and specific purpose. Behind every conversation, there's a problem that needs solving or a point that needs to be made or something direct as such. Communication is kind of used to get to the root of the problem or the dilemma as efficiently as possible. Whereas women, it's on the completely other side of the spectrum. Women use communication to discover how they're feeling and really what it is they kind of want to say. You see, they see conversation as an act of sharing and an opportunity to increase intimacy with their partner. This is in a relationship sense, like a female in a relationship, this is how she communicates with her partner. See, through this sharing, women release the negative feelings and solidify their bond with their partner. Moving over onto not even in a relationship sense, let's say a business sense in the business world, or even just typical conversations between males and females, males and males, and females and females. See, according to K.E. Payne, she's the author of Different But Equal Communication Between the Sexes. When in conversation, women often feel the need to interject. See, while the other person is talking, they often add in things such as uh-huhs or okays or yeahs or anything just to kind of let you know that they're listening. That's how they let you know that they're engaged, that they hear what you're saying, and they are tuned in to you and only you. And interruptions are generally more tolerated by women, more so than men in a conversation, just to the different styles. Men, on the other hand, prefer to sit, concentrate on what's being said, usually resulting in them being quiet and not really responding while the other person is talking. So this is going to be very different styles of communication between men and women. Like I said, the women, if it's a female and a female talking, it's going to be a kind of a lot of interjecting here and there, kind of a little chatter almost of sorts. That's just how they let each other know, I'm tuned into you, I'm listening. Whereas if it's a male and a male talking, they're going to be, one talking, one listening, sitting there, then the other talking, the other listening, and not really a lot of chatter in between. And then you mix male and female. The female is going to interject, yes, okay. That's just their way of letting you know that they're listening, while when the female's talking, the male is going to kind of sit there, just relax, and then take in everything that's being said. That's how the males let anyone know that they are listening. Next, we have just asking questions. Just asking questions can be different in communication between males and females. You see, asking questions usually means different things for men and women. You see, men typically ask questions for one purpose only, that's to gather information. They're direct, they're to the point, they're going to ask a question and they want to know what your answer is because they are truly asking to gather information. Females, on the other hand, tend to ask questions to serve about two purposes. And studies have shown that those two purposes are to gather information, same as the male, but the difference here is also they are asking questions which that they already know the answers. They usually just want reassurance or to know that they're right. And so in each one of the few examples that I've given, the differences in male and female communication is on different sides of the spectrum. males and females, they communicate very differently, but there is nothing wrong with either of these communication styles, and in the communication styles that happen with men or women. The important thing to learn, though, as we go through the differences of male and female conversation, it's important to learn as much as we can about those differences, so as to make communication work in relationships, business life, talking, or just everyday life. It's just to make it easier. See, the more educated we are in the differences in those communication, the easier it is to communicate, which in turn makes everyday life much easier. Thank you.